Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. Just a brief video today. Just going to go over using things like moss in the garden and how it can kind of benefit your garden design. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. For returning guys, welcome back again. With that said, guys, just going to show you a little bit of moss that I've added around the rec pond feature here that we're building currently. Of course, it's an ongoing project on the channel, so certainly check that out if you have not seen this yet. But just having a look, guys, you can just see here, added a couple of patches of the kind of, standard moss that you'd find like in the forest, or, I have this kind of dotted around in bits of my garden as well. So I've moved some of this here, but you can just see, guys, what the moss has done in between the rocks where I've stacked them is to soften that edge a little bit, make it look hopefully a bit more natural on that side. Now, when you're using things like mosses, or it could be kind of low-lying ground cover, what's the benefit to the garden? Well, with that said, guys, what you're going to find is that, especially with things like moss, even things like leaves, for example, do help sort of moisture retention. So what we're doing is just kind of keeping the moisture around the plants and in the soil, but what it also does is provide a nice kind of, environment for the right bacterias and various things like that to thrive. Again, kind of helping the overall ecosystem that we're essentially building when we're planting up the garden. So as you can see here, guys, I just wanted to show you briefly, as I say, a little bit of moss added down the jungle path area here, and I do feel like the more we kind of add it and blend it in, and again, once this kind of fills in the summer, it should kind of feel quite sort of enclosed and a bit like a jungle atmosphere here. The one we've got wrapped here, guys, is the Dicksonia antarctica tree fern. That's a 2-foot trunk one. Has only one frond on it at the moment, quite large. It's probably nearly a 6-foot frond. It did come like that. They do typically, when they are shipped, all the fronds are removed, but with that said, it does look like it's got some new fronds coming out here. But with that said, guys, yeah, just really wanted to briefly show you how you can use moss around the garden, basic benefits of it, and again, something that's I think in most cases, guys, it's quite easy to source these types of things. So if you're kind of trying to fill in a little area, or you're trying to kind of, again, make a new planting look a little bit more natural and a bit more grown in, this could be a good option for you to kind of help that. Now, one thing I will say on the downside, guys, and I have noticed this when I am adding some types of mosses to the garden, is that the birds do seem to have an absolute field day with it. So in some cases, guys, if it's not, if it's just laid on the soil and not sort of secured, what you're going to find is you might have bits of it all over the place from the birds and things like that. But with that said, guys, planting this here like this, I'm just trying to establish that moss. Hopefully some of it will take, and again, provide that lovely little environment here for the more kind of moisture-loving plants. But with that said, guys, of course, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, certainly feel free to do so. Check out the friends of the channel in our pinned comment. Will also be in the description as well. Lovely channels there, guys. If you're like myself, you might like getting inspiration from other gardens, really just to help your garden, give you new ideas. And I believe all of these friends of the channel certainly have that, to take on board. Lots of interesting information, wealth of knowledge from these guys as well. So certainly check out the friends of the channel. And with that said, we'll see you on the next one.